Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me is Shavna L. Francis, speaker, author, channel, and ascension guide. So, hello, Shavna. It's
Hello,
very
thanks
nice.
for having me.
It's absolutely pleasure to have you here. Before we start our chat, I want to remind all viewers that we're both taking in private clients. Shauna will tell everything about herself and her work, so her contact details will be down below the video. And I'm taking in clients for coaching and therapy, and I'm using EFT, Reiki, access bars, practice, um, access bars, hypnotherapy, and psychotherapy. So if you are down, if you are stressed, or you just want to change your life for better, please contact me and I will definitely try to help you. So, Shauna, maybe we can start with how somebody who been executive in the corporation world, how somebody can end up as Galactic Federation member. So,
Thank you so much. Yes, I really considered myself to have quite the typical American lifestyle before my awakening happened 3.5 years ago. I had a big corporate job working with some of the biggest brands in the world, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was successful, fulfilling on a lot of levels. Also, Daiga, I worked really hard to kind of nurture this marketing career for like 25 years. I'd just gotten out of college and I just never stopped. I'm a Capricorn, I'm a firstborn, I'm definitely a type A personality. Excuse me. So, um, I mean, like I
you
said before, I
are
was like,
Capricorn, you are Capricorn and I'm Capricorn.
oh, okay, yeah,
So I can relate with that. You need
yes.
to work, 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 work.
It's a driver. It's we like yeah, we are usually in leadership positions. We have critical thinking. We're motivated by success. Yeah, we're kind of doers, right? We get in, we dig in, we do. And I mean definitely doing that. Um, and everything, and a beautiful family. I have two sons who are adults now, and I had a nice marriage and worked for the weekends, working really hard. I would say part of what, I'm in this space now with the Galactic Federation of Light and some other guides here that are just incredible. I'm working here in such an incredible realm. But I will tell you, leading up, even through my corporate years, I was a Reiki master. I found Reiki in my early 20s when I was in college. My aunt introduced me to Reiki, and it was like, wow, I love energy work. Like, this is incredible. Like, it was like this window or this door open, and I had never seen anything or felt anything like it. So I will say I always loved energy, so much so that I became a Reiki master. And there was also a time when I thought I would do cranial sacral therapy full time, like that was going to be my thing.
What
So I
is
enrolled,
that?
yeah, cranial
What?
sacral. So you're working with the cerebral spinal fluid, the structures of the brain, the whole body, truly down the spine, down to the sacrum, unwinding, releasing energetic blockages, releasing physical blockages, and so that you've got kind of an open heart, a clear mind, a free body. So beautiful, sacred, energetic work with touch. I thought, ooh, I love this work. It's got the energy and it's got the touch, and it was some of the most sacred. I mean, it was like doing that work and going through that training in California. It taught me really how to be present with people. Wow, hold space for somebody else. Like, that was so far outside of my corporate realm. And it changed my relationship with my kids and my husband. Just that beautiful sacred space you enter into when you're doing this healing work with others. I was just blown away by it. It was so cool. But it wasn't meant to be. I mean, I went through massage school and I was working full time raising two kids. I did night school for like four years trying to get my my license for massage so I could do cranial work, but it just didn't work out for lots of reasons. I also, read A Course in Miracles. My mom was very hippie, very woo-woo, and we did tarot cards together and, hypnosis classes together. So I always I had two tracks of my life. I had this corporate situation going on, but then I had this
Mhm.
other side of me completely not integrated at all with this thing, the woo-woo, the energy work, the Reiki, this learning how to work with people and be of service in that way. Man, so beautiful. But I'll say, yeah, I'd say probably 2 or 3 years before my awakening, I'd really let go of a lot of that. I was reading A Course in Miracles. That was the only thing that was really keeping me tethered to the spiritual side of my world. But then, yeah, I met my spirit guide. I went to a psychic who introduced me to my spirit guide. His name was Micah, and she said that we had had 20 lives together, that we're on our 20th life together. Like, okay, and his name was Micah. So Micah, my spirit guide. So I started developing a relationship with Micah. And
Excuse me, it was you actually went to some hypnotherapy when you met your spirit guide. It
yeah,
was
I
some
saw a
hypnotherapy.
psychic. Yeah, I saw a psychic intuitive. She was about an hour drive from my house, and somebody else had recommended her. So I went to see her, and we talked about all kinds of things. But that was one of the big ones that came out, was that, my spirit guide, his name was Micah, and he was with me for 20 lifetimes, and he, wanted to develop a relationship. So I started journaling with Micah, and doing automatic writing. As I'd ask questions, and then whatever would come through, I would write it down.
Mhm.
And it was like, wow, this is really cool. This is definitely different from what, I was expecting this to be. And it really started to I understood there's something outside of my consciousness communicating with me. It was amazing, Daiga. I was just like, this is so magical. And then my spirit guide starts telling me, Shawna, the vibration of the planet is speeding up, and you're going to be helping with this. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. So, I just journal that stuff. Okay, but what about this problem at work? Or what about,
Mhm.
so I had this kind of thing going on where I had never heard the word ascension. I, you think, okay, age of Aquarius, and yeah, we feel like we're in the new age and things are changing, and it's, but the earth's vibration speeding up, and you're going to be helping with this. This is your mission. Man, I was just like, what is this? What is this all about? And soon after, I picked up a book that was a channeled book by Archangel Metatron. And I'd really never, outside of Micah, been talking to archangels or thinking about extraterrestrials, or, I really wasn't into that stuff. It was more about the energy work and the stuff that's more 3D here, tangible. I wasn't thinking about this kind of stuff on a regular basis. But this book, this is called The Clarion Call by Robbie McKenzie, who channeled this. He's from Scotland, I believe, originally. This book just blew my world wide open. And I just reading the first few pages, my energy completely flared up. And I'm just in this state of bliss for a few days upon starting this book. And Daiga, the book was crazy. It was just like aliens and ascension and our missions, and how this world's changing, and we got to get on board, and it's all about love and not fear, and heavenly hierarchies and galactic councils, and humanity joining this galactic, experience, where we kind of really know who and what we are. It was just, do you ever get to a point where you're questioning everything?
Yes.
That's what this was. It was just and I really kind of thought I was going crazy. I had a hard time, but kind of full circle here. How does somebody who's in this corporate world I'm now a member of the Galactic Federation of Light? This book was the door that opened myself to this world that I'd never ever been exposed to before. I started working with Archangel Metatron directly. I mean, he and I were having conversations. Micah went to the background. Metatron, I didn't know about this archangel. But I certainly learned very quickly what was going on. And he talked a lot about my mission and about being a beacon and about,
And just sorry, just from reading the book, you started to connect with this angel energy.
yes, this extreme high vibrational energy that just like it's just this blissful feeling. It just takes over your body. And, you know, they're doing this on purpose, at least for me in my experience, I think really to get my attention. Like you, Daiga, I'm like type A driver, in control, making things happen, critical thinking. Well, this was the opposite. This required the opposite of all these things. It was letting go of my intellect, opening my heart, going with the flow, trusting, surrendering. Wow, like I didn't realize how hard that was for me. I know now how hard it is because I'm doing it, you know. But that energy was really, I don't know if I would have been so open to following this path had that energy not knocked me on my butt. Like I really, it was super strong. And it just really didn't stop. And so, and then I got into meditation and really connecting with these guides. The Galactic Council started coming in, and then it was like opening my world to highly evolved beings, not of our planet. Highly evolved beings. These are not the aliens of Hollywood. These are beautiful, loving, Christ consciousness beings who are of a higher consciousness than us that are here to help us with this massive transformation that's going on this planet. Man, Daiga, it was hard to get my brain around this again, like being that analytical thinker. What is going on here? I mean, seriously, just question your sanity. But yeah, eventually, after working with these beings and learning more about my mission, I quit the job. I went down to Mexico. I meditated for 6 months. I found myself. I started channeling regularly. I channeled a small book. I published that book. And my world really has never been the same. The Galactic Federation of Light came in about a year and a half ago, and I started working with them. They had, you know, they're a fleet of highly evolved beings here of many, many races and many star systems and many planets that have all come together. And they do this. They come to where there's a lot of darkness that needs to be balanced. In Earth's case, here we are going through an ascension. We are Mother Earth's raising her vibration, and she's inviting everybody and everything here on this plane to join her if we want to, if we're ready. Many of us are not ready. That's okay. So these guys are coming through basically to help us understand one of the most incredible transformations that we will ever experience. And we don't really remember this, but we all came down to earth at this time to be a part of this because it's so momentous. It's so incredible what we're taking on here. So even if we're not consciously aware of it on this planet, in this embodiment, in a human body, our souls know exactly what's going on here. So I fully believe that. So anyway, Galactic Federation of Light comes in, and now they like anointed me a member, and I started channeling them every day. I worked with Commander Ashtar for a short spin. They had questions for me about, you know, they wanted to know how do we help awaken as many people as possible to the reality of this? And I'm thinking, oh man, it was hard for me to wake up, so hard. I'm like, okay, we're going to work on this. And then the second question was, how do we disclose our ships of light, our fleet of ships, and all the love that we're bringing to help humanity? We don't want to completely scare everybody to death. You know, we want to like be able to have this loving unveiling, this loving disclosure. So I assembled a team and I worked on this, and I put together a PowerPoint with my marketing skills. I put together a PowerPoint for
They
these guys, and
they came helpful.
yeah, yeah, and we came up with all these ideas for these big questions with the GFL, and yeah, and then they wanted me to channel them every day, so I channeled the GFL straight 100 days, 100 days, and I did it. I got up every day and I channeled them and I made a video and I posted it on YouTube, and the rest is kind of history. I released my book about my awakening. Archangel Metatron helped me with my book. I've got a lot of channelings in it, and all my crying and freaking out about my awakening and learning who and what we are, and questioning everything in my existence and everything in our shared collective existence, and letting go of all the 3D. I'm still working on this. I'm not anywhere near done. All the 3D stuff that hold us back and keep us in fear. And oh man. So anyway, yeah, Daiga, that's basically that in a nutshell. It's it's incredible what's gone on for me. I feel so honored and so appreciative of being able to be in this position where I can be a spokesperson, an ambassador for this group, and fully be able to own it as myself, and be not afraid so much about what other people are going to think of me, or the judgments that may come my way. It's been an incredible learning experience in terms of letting go and trusting and being in a heart space.
It must be amazing to be actually ambassador for something so great, so big, so great, so light, loving. It's just amazing. It feels amazing.
It
Now,
is.
next question. Next question probably will be how ordinary person, let's say like me, who is at the beginning of my journey. I'm very far. I just starting to automatic writing and I just left my 3D job. Yeah, how somebody like me actually can follow your footsteps and get where you are.
Mm, it's a beautiful question. And as I kind of tune into my guidance here, and really, the idea here, Daiga, is that you are exactly where you need to be right now, and to be striving or wanting or hoping for something different. And yes, we all want evolution, and we all want to better ourselves, and we want to step into this space. Like, that's kind of why we're here, right? To evolve. But there's also that has to be tempered in equal measure with being in the moment, absolute self-love, an ability to um, trust yourself as things start to change and move energetically within our lives. Like, to be able, like, that's a big one for me, is being able to trust myself. Now, I have a specific role here, and being on a public stage, and you as well, you've got you're building a public platform for your work. Not everybody's got to be in the public eye. Not everyone needs to be channeling to be doing the work that I do. At the very crux of it, at its most basic foundation, we are all beacons. We are vibrational beings here, putting out a frequency, and this is how we are of service. It doesn't have to be in any other way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be in your job. It doesn't have to be in the company that you keep. It doesn't have to be in the books that you write. Like, know that anybody and everybody watching this should know that you can be in service and being a beacon by just embodying absolute love, unconditional love, and not giving into the fear-based paradigm that we're all so indoctrinated to. This is much easier said than done. But trusting yourself, Daiga, opening up this heart space, doing things that you love because it makes you happy, not out of fear of something else. That was my biggest issue too. I went to college, I got a bachelor's degree. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be successful and providing for my family and making a good living and doing something meaningful. Drive, drive, drive. This is of service in a whole different way. And it really requires you to put your ego aside. And that takes practice. Like, we don't really know how to do that. Like, you actually have to work at that. You really have to work at that, because
Mhm.
that's just how we operate. How do you not do that, right? So I'm still learning, but it's, I think daily meditation, you've got to show up for yourself. You've got to show up for your heart. You have to make sure that you are creating a sacred space for this beauty and this love and this unfolding, like creating the space for it. If the average person is so, like I was 4 years ago, so wrapped up in all the stuff and the busyness and the jobs and the family and the commitments and all the stuff and the shopping and the social engagements, and you name it, right? Your exercise routines, like, you know, you've got literally 25 hours worth of stuff to do in a 24-hour period. And if that's mostly your existence and you're not ever stopping to take a breath, if you're not stopping to get quiet and to connect with something that's really real here, and if you're just leaving this up to chance, well, hopefully somebody will come in and just fix me, or will knock down my walls, and all of a sudden I'm going to be enlightened. Well, you're in for a rude awakening. You know, it just, you know, we got to work at this stuff. You know, we've got to make space for it, and we have free will. So you've got to ask for help and ask to connect with your guides. You know, we've talked about this. This is this is a free will planet, and I always love to state my intentions out loud. Affirmations out loud, because it just clears, makes you have to articulate your words out loud, Daiga. You're not just thinking something up here that gets jumbled with all your other thoughts. So even like my team, my beautiful team, my guides, I love you. I appreciate you so much. I would love to connect with you in deep and meaningful ways. I want to build this relationship with you. I humbly ask and pray for your help in doing this, in creating this space together, and sharing in these knowings. Thank you, team. You know, so just really simple affirmations like that. So those are just a few tools to where, you know, somebody who is really interested in moving forward in this path of light as a light worker, these are basic things.
Just call for help, call for support, and meaningful relationship, and be grateful for that. So,
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
gratitude.
telling out.
Yeah, and then I would say on top of that, meditation, and you don't even have to call it meditation. Getting quiet and connecting with yourself, even, and like your body. Like there's a million things you can be doing. I hardly ever am just sitting, not doing anything, although that feels quite lovely once you get the hang of that. You know, so getting quiet here, right? Creating this space, connecting with the breath, connecting with your energy field. Like, do I feel my energy? Am I aware of my energy? I mean, the fact of the matter is you're all energy. We're completely energy. We just have some, you know, 3D vibration going on that gives us physicality, but this is all energy. So being aware of that, you know, maybe it'll take you 20 minutes for all the chatter and the, you know, all the things you're thinking about to kind of subside. Like, let your mind go, let your mind think about all the things it wants to think about, and then gently it will quiet. It will get quiet. You know, my team has told me so many times, we're a parched earth thirsting for something real. You know, people on this planet, we have gotten so disconnected from anything that's truly meaningful. So as light workers, we help be, you know, that water that helps quench this thirst here of this planet. We help create a space for people to connect in deeper ways with themselves, with source, with their heart. You know, this is what it's all about. It's not like, ooh, I'm going to hear my guides and I'm going to start channeling. It's more like, I'm connecting with love. I'm connecting with something way bigger than me and my problems and my anger and my guilt and my shame and my judgments. Like, ugh, get out of your own way here, you know? Like, let's just let this stuff go. Let's move on. You know, the training wheels need to come off here as light workers. We want to, you know, and then once that heart connection's made, Daiga, then things become really kind of more clear. Like the knowing is there, you know, the decisions become easier. And this life doesn't feel like such a chore. So many of us are just slugging through it. So, you know, meditation or creating the sacred space, taking the time and effort to really connect with what's deep within you, and then what's outside of you too, with the collective field that we're all a part of. Oh man, This is how this planet's going to transform, is through this kind of work and this kind of intention, this kind of space. And like you said, gratitude, that energy of gratitude, if we could all take 20 minutes and just embody gratitude for all our abundance and everything we are and this beautiful planet we get to call home and all of our guides and you name it, there's a bazillion things to be thankful for. Oh, I mean, this planet would change overnight just with replacing worry with gratitude. Worry, I don't have enough, I'll never have enough, or something's lacking in my world, or I'm not going to make it, versus, wow, I have so much gratitude for everything I have and all these beautiful people I have. You know, my dad's fighting brain cancer. I'm so much gratitude that he's still here. You know, instead of being completely worried about his death, it's like switch that around to the gratitude for him still being here. So that one emotion and that one choice to be in gratitude might be one of the most powerful, transformative things we can do for ourselves as we walk this path. And when you
Yeah.
feel that and when you get there, you don't want to let that go. And it becomes easier and easier to connect with that place in you that's real. This is what's real.
I find that I am some quarter, not halfway, but probably quarter way there, because I manage now without even thinking, be grateful for absolutely everything what I have. Yeah, every day, every moment. I don't count how many times I'm saying thank you for everything I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I manage, and I do feel the life is changing, but how to get from this moment when you are okay, you are awake. I find myself I really quite knowledgeable about how ascension goes and where we're going and what we need to do. Yeah, but I still struggle with this team part behind me. Yeah, to have this team like you have Galactic Federation behind you. Yeah, so this team, how to get in contact and get this team behind you actually to support you.
So are you're saying, you know, how do we get this thing of like the guides to be supporting you?
how how to get from the moment when I alone I'm at some sort of level when I am grateful, I am channeling as much as I possibly can, keeping positive and loving and channeling all that. But how to get this next step far to actually become member of Galactic Federation or have some sort of team, not maybe Galactic Federation, but other guides behind me, then I feel this guidance more.
These are such good questions, and so many people are asking this kind of thing right now. But the way you're kind of coming at it, Daiga, excuse me, it's more from a 3D perspective. And this is how we this is how we attack our lives. This is how we move forward. Like this is what we know. So it's, you know, you're looking for this thing. Daiga, you've put like a, you know, this idea or this concept on kind of a pedestal. You're like, I want to be a part of something big like the Galactic Federation of Light. How can I be a member? I want to be channeling. How can I be channeling? So you've kind
Mhm.
of put your spirituality in these boxes. Like, this is what, if I do these two things, then I'm spiritual and I'm on my way and everything will be perfect. You know, and I think
Mhm.
that's a kind of a 3D way to look at it. Because the fact of the matter is, you may not be meant to channel. When I'm channeling this, you've got to remember, like the words, like I'm channeling just during our whole interview today. I'm connecting with a higher source of wisdom to be able to deliver the words I'm speaking, the way I'm expressing myself. I'm
Mm.
not hearing a script in my head like I do when I channel the GFL for a larger audience, but I'm connected and I've got a knowing and I've got this place in my heart that's helping me lead my experience. This is way more important than you channeling. The channel, the words coming through are just like riding the bicycle to get from point A to point B. It's just the mechanism to get to the knowing, Daiga. This, what you really want to be focused on to be walking this path is to be first in your heart space and connected to your own knowing through your higher self, through higher wisdom. I do believe each of us have our guides, at least one guide. Every single person on this planet has at least one guide. I fully believe that. It may not be words coming through your mind. It may not be channeling, but that guide and your higher self and your oversoul are working overtime to guide and support you in the ways that they feel are best for you at this moment. It just may not be voices and words. It may not be serving you to see a Pleiadian standing in front of you, introducing herself to you as a guide. It just may not be serving you in that way.
I think, I think, Shawna, that's exactly what I'm expecting. That's exactly what I'm expecting. Going for a walk in the evening on a field to land one of their ships and
Yeah,
say hello to me. I completely ready. I'd probably faint at that moment if that really. I was telling this to my boyfriend, and he said, okay, okay, now imagine we walk in here and imagine they land. And they open up this ship, this doors is open, and they come towards you. What will happen? I said, I probably faint.
I
Yeah,
love it.
but I do wish for something like that, like be like let's say some brick on my head. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we are, open up, we are here, yeah, we helping you, yeah. That's really what I'm wishing for.
I know, and a lot of people do, and I hate to be the
I know it's not, I'm not at the moment today, I'm not talking with you like in session one to one about only me. I know so many people who
yeah,
want the same thing, yeah,
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
are ready to actually meet them, yeah,
You know,
and
I
want
want
to
it
meet.
too. I want it too. I want exactly what you're talking about. I want them to land. Where are you already? And I've
Yeah.
said the exact same things. I will pass out when I see you. I'm sure I will freak out. I will lose it. And then just let me wake back up and let me get used to
Yeah.
the idea that we can chat. But I'm asking for the same thing. So I want that disclosure. I even though like you and I know a lot about disclosure and about these beings, and I'm talking with them and they're part of my guidance, you know, I still will probably freak out when I actually see them in the flesh, you know, and I do believe it will happen at some point. So I think we've got a couple different things going on. We've got our own personal growth, we've got our own personal evolution, and then we've got this excitement for what
Mm,
we know is out there, and we're believing it more and more and more that we've got
mm,
highly evolved beings out there in their fleets of ships surrounding this solar system, ready to come in when the time is right. But that's jumping one step above, Daiga. We gotta work on our consciousness level first so we can really be more ready for them as a group. So you and I might be kind of ready, but we know we'll pass out when we see them and we're going to freak out.
mm.
Fine. Okay. But we're more ready than most people on the planet, right? So we're helping lead the charge in this, and that's through consciousness and that's through vibration. So you got to, I know it's so hard because it's hard for me because I mean, I've literally watched the stars and I've seen cool things happen up in the night sky. I'm like,
I
come down here and
I
land.
even I even wave at night time when I saw something similar, like it could be, yeah, because I know they are around us, and especially with light workers, they are surround us to help us and support us and whatever, yeah. I know they are around us. So if I see something which is look like them, yeah, I literally wave at them. Hello, come on, land. There is field. You
Yeah,
can
we've got a
land.
perfect parking spot right here in the
Yes.
back.
I
I do it
really
too.
don't know. I really don't know how big that ships are. Yeah, maybe this parking lot not enough for them to land,
Yeah.
but by the sea here is room for them, I'm sure.
And what I'm kind of hearing too is continue to wish for this, continue to want it, because it puts it into the collective field. So the more of us that say, please come down, we're ready for you, the better, because that will help bring this about. And in the meantime, we need to be this as light workers, we need to be embodying the, Christ consciousness here, God consciousness of source of love, and not be doing all these things out of fear that really hold us back, because we want to be able to just wake up in the mornings, just know everything is perfect and divine, and be connected to source in a deep way, and connected to our higher selves and to higher wisdom, and to be trusting ourselves and just being in love like that. That's the other side of this coin. That's as important, really, really important. So I wanted to circle back around. So I think all this can happen, and it will, because we want it, and they're ready, when we are, but we've got to be ready. So that's where this, meditation comes in, the journaling, focusing on love and light, working through your shadows, working through all those things that like you're in fear about, or you're judging others, man, judging others. And this divisiveness that we've got going on the planet right now is really, really low vibration, and we want to be conscious of if we're being a part of that at all. And if we are, let's not do that. Let's choose differently. Let's choose to love everybody exactly where they're at, experiencing what they wanted to experience at their level. We're all on this planet to learn and to evolve, and we cannot be in judgment for other people's paths. So those are the big things that need to go on. These guys have been really, really consistent with these messages, and you've got other highly evolved beings coming through other channels besides me, and the messages are getting really consistent about this. This other stuff and disclosure will happen, but we've got to work on our consciousness. This is what's going to help bring this about. So it's an
What?
amazing path.
Yeah, it is, and quite. I think it's getting. I can't say it's getting easier, but it's been hard for me. It's been like past 10 years working on myself, like you said. Let go of judgments, let go of fear, let go of it's. I still working like you do. I still work on all that, but it's been hard to these first steps, definitely. And for many, I know for many of my clients I'm working with, these first steps are very hard to start
Oh,
actually
yeah.
change something in themselves. So uh, I as you already connecting with Galactic Federation and you know what they thinking and their thoughts, does everyone have to go through, let's say, juicing and letting go of meat? For me, it's two things. Which one? Meat. Give up meat for me. That's absolute nightmare. I
Yeah.
love my meat.
Yep.
I what I learn now, I'm saying thank you when I'm cooking meat. I'm saying thank you for those animals who give up their lives for me
Yeah.
to have a meal. Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of try to like at least be grateful for what they done for me. Yeah, but giving up, it's very hard.
Yeah, and again, as I kind of tune in here to our guides on this, it's such a good question, and a lot of you represent a lot of people on the planet right now. And what I'm hearing here is, if you want to more easily and efficiently work with the higher frequencies of the planet right now, coming onto the planet, coming from within the planet, the higher frequencies, you are, better off not ingesting animal products that have their own energetic frequency that's dense. And this density is actually something that you ingest into your field. So plants, these, plants and fruits, nuts, these things are of much more higher vibration than animal products, animal flesh, animal, like the milk and this kind of thing that animals create. And believe me, I'm eating dairy. I'll eat an egg every once in a while. I'm having a hard time with cheese. I love cheese. Like I eat it.
Cheese I can give up. Cheese I can give up, just not cottage cheese.
There you go. Same same basic idea, but I get you. I
Yeah.
have a hard time. Like I'll go through this phase, like, and I won't eat dairy, and I'll be vegan, and I'll feel really good. But then something will tempt me, and I'll partake in it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm off the dairy wagon. I might as well just eat it now, not eat pizza. And my team told me last November, was it? Or no, it was like a little earlier, October. Shawna, you need to lose 20 pounds. You need to be juicing. You need to lose 20 pounds. Keep your diet super simple. The freshest fruit that you can find, leafy green vegetables, nuts for protein. And I'm like, and exercise 2 hours a day, they told me. Well, I did that for like a month. I lost like 5 or 6 pounds and I've gained it all back. So like, even for me, Daiga, it's hard. Like I really don't eat meat. Like I might try a shrimp or something, like just because I've got a craving and I think I want to try it. And then when I eat it, I'm like, ew, like I'm better off without this. So I don't really deny myself anything. But I just know that I feel a lot better not eating animal flesh. I just do. So, but on top of that, it's really important you listen to your body, and it's important that we get protein, and that we get all of our nutrients. So more important than any of that, though, is just you following what's best for you and your body at this point in your evolution. But yeah, they just say we're going to have a much easier time working with the energies with a lighter vehicle that can vibrate at a higher frequency.
I change a lot at the moment in my dietary requirements, but still I can survive on cottage cheese in the mornings, meat, some sort of meat, and lots of fruits and water, warm water. That's I can survive for long periods of times, and I'm very happy. But give up
Yeah.
even that, I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah,
to do
it's hard. It would be really hard. You could certainly try it, and see how your body reacted. And I would start with some of the meat substitutes. I don't know in the UK if you've got access to Impossible Burgers or Beyond Burgers or some of the meatless patties that are maybe soy based or bean based. And some of it is really quite delicious. And you can get plant-based hot dogs, plant-based, and you really can't get a plant-based steak, but you could certainly get plant-based chicken and plant-based fish. And so I think it might take a little bit of an effort, but you might give yourself a 7-day challenge and see if you can load up on tofu and some of these things that it would be a protein substitute for you, and see how you feel. Or, so it's just an idea. You can always go back to
it.
eating meat. You can always go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there maybe something what Galactic Federation want to tell more to our viewers who is watching us now?
Just like in general, like a
In
general thing.
general, something general maybe.
Yeah. Right, so let me just set an intention here to bring them through specifically. Galactic Federation of Light, I invite you in. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with this audience today through me? And I pray to be a clear and concise channel. And here's what I'm getting, Daiga. Thank you, and yes, we appreciate any platform and the ability to speak on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light through Shawna, to be able to reach directly and firmly into each and every one of your hearts. And as Shawna mentioned earlier, this is truly the journey of the heart here on this planet, Earth, humanity, all of you connecting in a deep way to love, deeper than you could ever have imagined that you could connect to love. This is a depth that we are reaching for here that really has not been known by humanity in this incarnation. Can you, with us in lockstep, begin to walk down this path with us that you've never been down before? Can you, even briefly, put aside your fears of the unknown to walk a path that we shall illuminate for you without fear, without anxiety, without anger, without judgment? If that part of you that has resistance to feeling this depth of love, if you could only for just a brief second imagine it, allow it to be in your field. Allow this connection to be made with us in this one infinite moment. And dare we say, if you could even trust this feeling, you would embrace this wholeheartedly. With this love comes freedom that you have never experienced. With this love comes healing of everything that may ail you. And as that happens, humanity as a whole is healed. This earth is healed. All the stars that surround this planet are healed. All the beings that inhabit these stars and these planets are healed. This is not a path to be taken lightly. Although it may seem, oh, it should be easy. Why is it so hard for me to just step on this path of light and embrace love and to know it in deep ways? Why is this so hard? This is not for the faint of heart. You knew that there would be challenges in walking this path. You chose it anyway. And now as you wrestle with the different aspects of you that wish to remain in the old, who wish to stay with levels of comfort and predictability that your life up to this point has afforded you, as you say yes to the new you and is stepping into your missions of light, and that last bit of fear wanting to grip you and hold you down and hold you in place, as you start to see this and feel this and know this, you have the tools to embark, to leave behind the old paradigms, to walk forward in love and light into the new. Now, we as the Galactic Federation of Light, we are but of one group helping this planet. We are that liaison between you here on the planet in embodiment and those higher parts of wisdom here that embody you as a soul. We help you connect these dots between what you as an infinite soul came here to do and what you as a human embodied on the planet at this time, what you feel you are here to do. We are helping make this connection for you, this link. We're helping you to remember who and what you are. And there may be many ways you get there, but love is the key here that unlocks that door. It is love. This is the power. This is this power that you're seeking. This is the realization that you're seeking. This is the knowing that you're seeking. It's all right here within you already. So our friends in light, our beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters here, we lay this carpet ahead of you. We shine the light down onto this path. You must take these steps. We can lead you, we can guide you, we can flank you on all sides, we can give you all the encouragement, but it shall be you to manifest this new world. And this is allowing your heart to lead and be your compass in all things. We thank you all so much for your time. Okay. Thank you for that, GFL. Wow, that was
Thank you.
quite long, quite the message. Thank you, GFL, for that. So
Thank
Daiga,
you.
yeah, wow. I mean, just really.
I feel really honored that the GFL actually came to us and gave us this message. So thank you very much, Shawna, for coming.
Yes.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Happy to be of service.
Is there anything else from you what you want to say?
Just, from experience, I know that this is hard. I know that we are being asked here and being shown a way that's really unfamiliar to us. And it's scary. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is hard stuff. This is a reckoning. It's a transformation. It's a reconciliation. It is literally a war in consciousness that we are being asked to partake in for the good and betterment of all experience. And it's not just our planet, it's not just here, and it's not just within us. But very quickly we're being asked to be considering the larger species as a whole and the larger, existence as a whole. We have all the time in the world, but they say it's urgent. So I want to just wish everybody, absolute just honoring of who and what you are and trusting yourself, taking the time for you, making yourself a priority, and asking for help. These are the keys that you need right now to make this leap into the unknown here with me, guys. It gets better and better as you do it, easier and easier, and it's incredible. It's incredible, guys, and it's important.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Galactic Federation, and thank you, Shawna, for coming. And I do hope it's the first time, but it definitely won't be the last time when you come on my channel. I hope we'll see you again in a while. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. From our hearts to yours, God bless.